I don't even know how to start this video, oh my god, you guys. Hello, and welcome back to Haylin's World, where we are currently discussing all things Eurovision. I have been spinning around, bouncing off the walls, excited after watching the final of Norway's Melody Grand Prix, where we have our winner and our song that is hopefully going to Eurovision. You're going to have to excuse the geeking out that may happen during the discussion of this song. It's just one of my favorites of the season. I'm just so excited to get into it, so let's do this. I'm gonna try and be as articulate as I can, but it's really even harder when I'm just so excited and all over the place with my feelings and thoughts on it so far. I have been to 2 yoga classes, I have watched a couple of other national selections, I have had lunch, I have had a couple of hours to process what happened, and I still am just frenetic energy all over the place because I just did not think we were going to get here, but we'll get into that. So Gate have won Melody Grand Prix with their song Ulveham. It was my favourite song of the national selection. I'll say that when the songs were first released, it was up there, but it wasn't my favourite just yet. I was still kind of deciding what my winner was going to be, but it was up there, and then the more I was listening to it, the more I was like, this is something special, this is something different, this is something exciting. And I think it would have been the week of its semi-final when I was like, yeah, this is my winner. And then I saw the performance and I was like, I'm so attached to this song, I'm scared that it's not going to win Melody Grand Prix. And I hate being in that place where I'm like putting my hopes and dreams on a song winning, because I just like, you know, watching the selection and enjoying the music and making my choice based on the strength of the song and how an artist presents it and blah blah blah. And I hate getting attached to things because then I'm in this place where I'm like disappointed that my favorite hasn't won. And so I think for the most part I've done a really good job of being a little more chill about the Nationals final season this year. I have been a little bit more distanced from it this year, just from other stuff that's been going on, and as a result I've been a little bit more laid back in how I go into finals, with the exception of Norway. As always, I just went all in on this song, and I was really worried that I was going to lose it to a song that I thought, while it was fine and I would have accepted it eventually, I just thought ultimately it would have only been seen as a joke. A fun joke, but a joke nonetheless. And when they had a song that had so much more to bring to the table, I was just a little bit nervous going into this selection because I really wanted Norway to send Ulveham, and they did, and I was really surprised. I know a lot of people kind of were talking about how this was like the obvious winner, but it wasn't obvious to me. Norway likes the fun, flashy light songs, and they had 2 of those in their selection, which in retrospect actually probably worked in Ulveham's favour because it was like something different, whereas you had Kaino and My AI battling it out for the fun, silly song that people can just like put on and turn their brains off. Ulveham won, so let's talk about the song. As you have already seen from the way I've just been rambling on about this song, I love it. I am always partial to a song that has a bit of a rock edge to it. I love the folklorian vibes that I get from this song. I love that it's in the Norwegian language. I'm all for sharing language and culture through songs selected in Eurovision. I think that is a huge part of why I like following Eurovision in the first place. I love the different vocal techniques and styles that she utilizes throughout the song. I think that's really cool. Sounds like a really challenging, difficult song to sing. So I think that could potentially help it get noticed in Eurovision if she really nails the vocal. She was a lot clearer and stronger in the final, but there were still just a couple of moments where she was a little bit shaky and a little bit tired. So yeah, I'm really hoping she nails the vocal in Eurovision. There's plenty of time to, I don't want to say work on it, but just sort of work up to the exertion that Eurovision takes. I also think that this song really puts on a show for the audience, and I think there's a big part of the Eurovision community that looks for songs that is just like a big fantastic cool show. It has sort of a dramatic feel to it that gives it license to be a little bit more heightened in what it brings to the table, and ultimately I think I'm hoping that that is what will appeal to people voting for it in Eurovision. I think that the rock vibe of it, and also the kind of mixed with the cultural element and the folklorian vibes, mixed with just the show that this song is, I think will really, well, at least I hope anyway, it will appeal to people voting for it. I'm hopeful. That's all I'll say. I'm hopeful. I can't say for certain that it will, but I'm hopeful that it will. It appeals to me. But we all know that means nothing. Last year I went all in on Spain and look what happened. But at the end of the day, I would love it if this song performed really well in Eurovision and placed really well. But at the end of the day, I'm just so pleased to have this song in the lineup. I think it's serving something really special and interesting and dynamic and engaging for the Eurovision audience. And I think Norway is someone who can get away with sending something that is a little bit out there in terms of the vocal style and in terms of the genre and stuff like that. Because I think, again, because it has that slightly dramatic flair to it, it's something that I think people like to see from Norway. So I think because of that, it has a chance to do better, hopefully really well, but we'll see when we get there. I thought the performance was really good, really engaging. You don't really need much to impress me. I'm just like, ooh, lasers and low fog, I am all in. Yeah, but I thought that cone around her was a really cool visual, and her kind of on the rock with the band kind of in the surrounding thing. I thought that was really good kind of visual. They could play with that more in Eurovision, I think. I think they spent a bit of time overlaying images over the performance, which kind of helped with the kind of folklorian vibe that I was getting from the song. But I don't know if they're going to do that at Eurovision, so instead I think they could play with the dynamic between the band and the singer. The back arching bit is just like the money shot of the performance. It's really cool. The fact that she keeps a steady vocal in that moment with her back arched like that is just incredible. Like, I am so jealous. And I love the clarity in her voice too. You know, the head voicey high notes are just beautiful. And of course I don't know what the vocal style is called, but that sort of more belty sound that she does, I really like that too. As I think I said before, I'm a geek for different vocal styles and techniques. I love hearing the different ways people utilize their voice. I think that's really interesting. That's another one of the reasons why I just like this song so much. I just had a lot of fun with this selection in general. I think they had a really solid lineup of artists and songs. I liked all the songs that made it to the final. I don't think there was one that I didn't enjoy watching. Even that country song, I was just like, I see the value of it. It was a really nice, intimate, gentle performance that I really liked. And sometimes a smaller performance really shines through all the glitz and glamour and crazy out there stuff that MGP is also quite known for. So yeah, I think it was a solid little lineup. I went on in the beginning about how much I was really invested in this winning over Kaino and My AI, but at the end of the day, I did really like Kaino's song too, and I would have eventually gotten on board with them coming back to Eurovision, but I was just like, no, you have a chance to send something special here. I know it's not necessarily everyone's cup of tea, but it really is one of the the whole cultural aspect of it, the sharing the language and things like that is just, it's part of what Eurovision is all about. And I am really pleased that Norway has chosen to send it, and also all of the Euro fans outside of Norway that were voting in it as well. I think that's it. I'm just gonna be beaming all day about this song. It was quite a busy Super Saturday. Well, Super Sunday for me, but Super Saturday for everyone else. And there was a lot going on, but at the end of the day, Norway was the one that I really wanted, and I got it. So I was like, it doesn't matter what happens in all the other national selections, and there were some interesting choices in the other national selections. I was like, as long as I get my one, and I got my one. So it's just made me so much more excited for Eurovision, having a song that I really have been able to get behind. This is my number one at the moment. It could change. All of the songs that have been released so far won't top this, but there's also plenty that we haven't heard yet. So it might not stay at my number one, but it is for now, and I'm just really excited for Gate and for Norway and for me and my lineup, because this is all the things that I love about Eurovision, as I've said. So that's it from me from this song, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!